Have you ever wondered how your data is kept secure? In this digital age, where information is as valuable as gold, data security has never been more crucial. Imagine a world where your personal information, business secrets, or even government intel are left unprotected. It would be chaos, wouldn't it? Data security is the practice of protecting digital data from unauthorized access, corruption, or theft. It's the digital fortress that keeps your sensitive information safe from prying eyes. It's the bodyguard that prevents your data from being kidnapped and held for ransom. In our everyday lives, we are constantly creating and sharing data. From sending emails and making online purchases, to uploading photos and posting on social media, our digital footprints are everywhere. And each step we take leaves a trace of data that could potentially be exploited. Now, you might be thinking, I'm not a secret agent or a billionaire. Who would want to steal my data? The reality is, in the world of cybercrime, everyone is a potential target. Cybercriminals are not just after top-secret government files or corporate financial records. They're after your personal information, your credit card details, your social media accounts. They're after any piece of data they can use to their advantage. So how can we protect ourselves from these digital predators? Well, that's where data security comes into play. Data security is not just about building higher walls around our data. It's about making sure that even if someone manages to climb over those walls, they won't be able to make sense of the data they find. It's about turning our data into an unreadable mess that only we can decipher. But don't fret, this isn't as daunting as it sounds. In fact, you're probably already using some form of data security without even realizing it. Ever noticed how websites now use HTTPS instead of HTTP? That S stands for secure, and it means that the data you send and receive from that website is encrypted, making it harder for anyone to steal or tamper with. So how do we keep our data secure? The answer lies in data encryption and cryptography. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these fascinating world of codes and ciphers in our next scenes. First, let's dive into the world of data encryption. Now you may be wondering, what is data encryption? Well, imagine you're writing a secret note to a friend, but you don't want anyone else to read it. You might develop a special code where each letter is replaced by a different letter or symbol. Only you and your friend know what these symbols mean, so even if someone else gets hold of your note, they won't understand it. That's the basic idea behind data encryption. In the digital world, data encryption is the process of converting data into a code to prevent unauthorized access. This is particularly important when transmitting data over the internet or storing sensitive information like credit card numbers or health records. In these scenarios, data encryption acts as a protective cloak, ensuring that our personal and confidential information remains secure from prying eyes. But how does this conversion work? The answer lies in encryption keys. An encryption key is a bit like the key to your front door. Just as you need your key to unlock your door, you need an encryption key to decrypt or unlock encrypted data. There are two types of encryption keys, symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric encryption uses the same key to both encrypt and decrypt data. It's like having a single key that both locks and unlocks your front door. This method is fast and efficient, but there's a risk. If someone else gets hold of your key, they can unlock your door, or in this case, your data. That's where asymmetric encryption comes in. Asymmetric encryption uses two keys, one to encrypt data and a different one to decrypt it. It's like having a key that only locks your front door and a separate key that only unlocks it. This method is more secure, but it's also slower and requires more computational power. Now, you might think that with such complex keys, breaking the code would be nearly impossible, and you'd be mostly right. However, with enough time and computational power, any code can be broken. That's why it's important to regularly update encryption keys and use strong, complex keys that are difficult to guess. In essence, data encryption is a vital tool in our digital arsenal. It keeps our data safe when we're shopping online, sending emails or storing sensitive information. It protects businesses from data breaches and cyber attacks, and it helps maintain the privacy and security of individuals around the globe. Data encryption, therefore, is our first line of defense against data breaches. It's the digital equivalent of a lock on a door or a safe, and just as you wouldn't leave your front door wide open, you shouldn't leave your data unprotected. So, whether you're a business owner, a cybersecurity professional, or just someone who values their digital privacy, understanding and using data encryption is crucial. Stay tuned for our next segment, where we'll dive deeper into the world of cryptography. Now, let's unravel the mystery of cryptography. Imagine you're passing notes in class, but you don't want anyone else to read them. You and your friend might create a secret code, where each letter of the alphabet corresponds to a different symbol. That's the basic idea behind cryptography. It's the practice of securing communication in the presence of adversaries. The word cryptography comes from the Greek words kryptos, meaning hidden, and graphein, meaning to write. So it's all about hidden writing. But in today's digital world, cryptography has evolved far beyond simple symbols on a piece of paper. Cryptography is a method of storing and transmitting data in a form that only those it is intended for can read and process. It's a way of transforming readable data, or plain text, into a coded form, or ciphertext. The process of converting plain text into ciphertext is known as encryption, and converting it back into plain text is called decryption. Now, let's delve into the two main categories of cryptography: symmetric key and public key cryptography. Symmetric key cryptography is like a simple lock and key. The same key is used to lock or encrypt the data and unlock or decrypt it. Imagine you're sending a locked box to a friend. You would need to send them the key to open it. But what if someone intercepts the key while it's on its way? That's the main challenge with symmetric key cryptography. On the other hand, public key cryptography, also known as asymmetric cryptography, uses two keys, a public key to lock the data and a private key to unlock it. This is like a mailbox. Anyone can drop a letter in the slot or encrypt data using the public key. But only the person with the key to the mailbox, the private key, can access the letters inside or decrypt the data. This solves the problem of key distribution that we see in symmetric key cryptography. However, public key cryptography is more computationally intensive and slower than symmetric key cryptography. That's why in practice they're often used together. Public key cryptography is used to securely share a symmetric key, which is then used to encrypt the actual data. So why is understanding cryptography important? Well, it's crucial in protecting data in a range of fields, from online banking and e-commerce to secure email and instant messaging. It helps ensure the confidentiality, authenticity, and integrity of data, and it's a key component of many internet protocols. Cryptography, when combined with data encryption, forms a nearly impenetrable barrier against data breaches. So, the next time you're shopping online or sending a confidential email, you can thank cryptography for keeping your information safe. You might be wondering where all these concepts come into play in real life. Well, let's dive into the practical applications of data encryption and cryptography, which are far-reaching and deeply embedded in our everyday digital interactions. First of all, let's talk about internet transactions. Every time you purchase a product online, book a flight, or even transfer money through mobile banking apps, your personal and financial information is sent over the internet. To ensure this sensitive data isn't intercepted or tampered with, these transactions are often encrypted. This encryption provides a secure channel for your data to travel, keeping it safe from prying eyes. Next, consider cloud storage. Many of us store our photos, documents, and other files on cloud servers. Encryption is used here to protect our data both at rest and in transit. When you upload a file to the cloud, it's encrypted before it leaves your device and remains encrypted on the server. This means even if someone were to gain unauthorized access to the server, they couldn't read your files without the decryption key. Now let's talk about email communication. Although we might not think about it, our email exchanges can contain a wealth of sensitive information. Businesses, in particular, need to ensure their email communications are secure to protect trade secrets and client information. This is where encryption comes in. By encrypting emails, we ensure that only the intended recipient can read them. But it's not just about protecting our data. Cryptography also plays a crucial role in authentication. For instance, when you log into a website, you enter your username and password. These details are hashed, a form of cryptography, and the hash is sent to the server. The server compares this hash with the one it has on file. If they match, you're granted access. This process ensures that your actual password is never sent across the internet, reducing the risk of it being intercepted. Finally, let's not forget about digital signatures and certificates. These employ cryptography to verify the integrity of data and the identity of entities involved in digital transactions. When you visit a secure website, a digital certificate assures you that the site is indeed what it claims to be and not a fraudulent one. Similarly, digital signatures are used to verify the integrity of a document or message, ensuring it hasn't been tampered with during transmission. So, whether you're shopping online, storing files on a cloud server, sending an email, or just logging into a website, data encryption and cryptography are working tirelessly in the background, keeping your data secure and your digital life running smoothly. As we can see, these concepts permeate our everyday digital interactions. So what tools can we use to implement these concepts? Let's dive into the world of data encryption and cryptography tools, without which our knowledge would be just theoretical. Firstly, let's talk about SSL and TLS. Secure Sockets Layer and Transport Layer Security are cryptographic protocols designed to provide communication security over a computer network. They are commonly used for internet transactions, making sure that the data exchange between your browser and the website you're visiting is secure and private. When you see that little padlock symbol in your browser's address bar, that's SSL or TLS at work. Next on our list is PGP, or Pretty Good Privacy. Despite its unassuming name, PGP is a powerful encryption tool that uses a combination of data compression, hashing, and public key cryptography to secure emails and other forms of digital communication. It ensures that only the intended recipient can read the message, keeping prying eyes at bay. Now let's turn our attention to AES, or Advanced Encryption Standard. This is a symmetric encryption algorithm widely used across the globe to secure information. It's even been adopted by the US government for encrypting classified information. So, if it's good enough for them, it's probably good enough for your files too. AES works by scrambling data in a way that can only be unscrambled with the correct key, keeping your files safe from unauthorized access. Another tool worth mentioning is RSA, short for Rivest Shamir Edelman. This is one of the first public key crypto systems and is widely used for secure data transmission. RSA is based on the fact that there is no efficient way to factor very large prime numbers, making it a stalwart in the realm of data encryption. Last, but certainly not least, we have the Diffie-Hellman key exchange. This is a method of securely exchanging cryptographic keys over a public channel. The beauty of Diffie-Hellman is that even if a third party intercepts the keys, they wouldn't be able to decrypt the information. This makes it a popular choice for secure communications in a variety of applications. There's an ocean of tools and applications out there for data encryption and cryptography, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. And while SSL, TLS, PGP, AES, RSA, and Diffie-Hellman are among the most common, they're just the tip of the iceberg. The key takeaway is that data encryption and cryptography are not just theoretical concepts. They're practical tools that we use every day to keep our data secure and private. Whether you're sending an email, making an online purchase, or saving a file to your hard drive, these tools are working behind the scenes to ensure your data stays safe. With these tools, we can easily put our knowledge of data encryption and cryptography into practice. Let's now gaze into the future of data encryption and cryptography. As we stand on the precipice of the future, we can't help but wonder, what will the world of data encryption and cryptography look like? Well, one thing is for certain. As long as there is data, there will be a need to secure it. The digital landscape is constantly evolving, and with it, so are the methods used to protect our most confidential information. One such advancement that's causing a stir in the world of cryptography is quantum computing. On one hand, they could potentially crack even the most robust encryption codes in a matter of seconds, rendering current methods obsolete. This is a concern that's been echoed by cybersecurity experts around the globe, and it's one that's driving the development of new quantum-resistant algorithms. On the flip side, quantum computing also promises to usher in an era of unbreakable encryption, a world where data breaches and cyber attacks are a thing of the past. Imagine that. Quantum encryption, or quantum key distribution as it's technically known, uses the principles of quantum mechanics to secure data. This method is theoretically unbreakable, as any attempt to intercept or tamper with the data changes its state, alerting the sender and receiver to the presence of an eavesdropper. Fascinating, isn't it? But it's not just quantum computing that's shaping the future of data encryption and cryptography. There's also a growing interest in homomorphic encryption, a technique that allows for computations on encrypted data without needing to decrypt it first. This could revolutionize industries like healthcare and finance, where privacy and security are of utmost importance. So as we step into the future, let's remember that the world of data encryption and cryptography is not static. It's a field that's constantly evolving, adapting, and improving. And as we continue to generate more and more data, the importance of these fields will only grow. As technology advances, so too will our methods of securing our data. Before we end, let's quickly recap what we've learned today. Our digital journey started with an understanding of data security and why it's so important in our connected world. We've explored the basics of data encryption, a method used to convert our sensitive data into an unreadable format, making it safe from prying eyes. The magic behind this transformation is a key, which can be used to unlock and decipher the encrypted data back to its original form. We then dove deeper into the realm of cryptography, a science of secret writing. Cryptography is not just about scrambling data, but also about ensuring its integrity, authenticity, and non-repudiation. It's an essential tool that enables secure communication in a hostile environment, like the internet. Highlighting the practical applications of data encryption and cryptography, we saw how these principles are employed in our everyday activities such as online banking, sending emails, and even in our social media interactions. We also explored some common tools that utilize encryption and cryptography, tools that help us maintain our privacy and security in the digital landscape. Peering into the future, we discussed how data encryption and cryptography are evolving. With the advent of quantum computing and the rise of more sophisticated cyber threats, the field of cryptography is constantly advancing to meet these new challenges head-on. So, there you have it. From understanding the basics to looking at its future, we've navigated the complex yet fascinating world of data encryption and cryptography. Remember, our digital world is like a vast ocean, and these concepts are the lifeboats that keep us afloat, protecting our valuable information from the endless sea of cyber threats. Keeping our data secure is a crucial part of our digital lives, and understanding data encryption and cryptography is the first step to achieving this. That concludes our journey into the world of data encryption and cryptography. We've unlocked the mysteries of this crucial aspect of cybersecurity together, and now it's time to implement what you've learned. Use these tools and techniques to fortify your digital life, making it a fortress against potential threats. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to securing your data. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more informative videos like this.